If you prepare properly, which is a difficult thing to say, for your next photo shoot, I'm sure your results will show an improvement. Professional results come from a professional approach. Preparing properly for your shoot is going to give you the best chance of delivering first-class images to your client or to yourself. I have a confession to make. I'm a list maker. I make lists about pretty much everything I do. So you would expect that planning a photo shoot is a very exciting time for me. It is. I really enjoy it. But I also know that it's going to make a difference to my final results. The more I prepare, the more I know what to expect, or I expect what to expect, the better the results are going to be. Now, things don't always go according to plan, but if I have a plan, it helps me to get over those hiccups that happen in a photo shoot. For instance, if I'm shooting a wedding, I'll go out the day before, I'll go to all of the locations that we plan on shooting at the same time of day so I can see where the light's going to be. The next day, on the wedding day, we might have an overcast sky. So that time I spend at those locations is wasted. No, it's not. Because I've already checked out the backgrounds. I've checked out the directions to shoot. I've checked out any muddy ground or any roadworks that might be around. It gives me the confidence to go out and shoot stuff that I know I can do. I don't have to worry about what's happening and alter my plan greatly when I'm shooting. The same thing applies to portrait shoots or model shoots or anything else I do. At the base of any plan that I do for any of my photo shoots is the desire to get the best possible image that I've ever shot in my life. That needs to be your goal, so that if you don't quite come up to that, your results are still spectacular. But I always shoot weddings, portraits, model shoots, anything I'm doing, expecting to get an amazing image that I've never shot before, one that's going to just make people fall off their chairs. If you've seen some recent videos of mine, you'll know that the first thing I want to put in my plan is what final result I'm looking for. I want to know what my client wants as a final result, or I want to know what I want as a final result if I'm shooting the images for me. So that's the first thing. I won't go into that because we've done a video about that recently. Then come things like researching styles, researching the sort of lighting that the client or that I am looking for, planning the gear that I'm going to take, finding a suitable model for the results. If the shots are for me or if the shots are for a client, I need to have a model who's going to perform on the day to give me the results that we want. Planning your location, the time of day you're going to be there so that your lighting is up to par. Looking at my apps like my photographer's ephemeris or photo pills that will give me the position of the sun at particular times of the day. So I know if I'm shooting this way towards a cathedral, I'm going to have that sun backlighting my model so that I can light the front of her with my softbox or with my flash or whatever. I also, if I'm shooting at sunrise, I need to know where that sun's going to come up, or at moonrise, the same thing. These apps will tell you that, so you can pre-plan the position that you're going to be and you don't have to run around when the sun starts coming up to try and get the composition the way that you want it, or the lighting the way that you want it. So use those apps. Use a weather app. Find out what the weather's likely to be. I mean, in Australia, they're never very accurate, but at least it gives you an option. If I know that there's a bit of a chance of rain, then I'll prepare for that situation. If it's going to be hot and sunny, I need to take some water with me for myself and the model and the crew. I also need to prepare to take breaks, shady breaks, so that we can recuperate a little bit. We're not going to be out in the sun for 2 or 3 hours at a time. Things like that are going to help me on the day. It's all in my preparation. The gear that I'm going to take, the camera, the lenses. I don't want to be taking everything along to every shoot that I do. I need to be mobile. It's a bit funny with my knees being mobile, but I don't want to be carrying too much stuff around. So I'll plan the gear that I'm going to take. I always take spares. Spares are great because if something happens to my camera or my lens or my flash, I know that I've got a replacement one in the boot of my car that I can go and grab. So it's another part of my preparation. Making sure all my batteries are charged. How many times have photographers gotten to a location to find that their battery is almost run out? I have spare batteries, you need to have spare batteries. Make sure they're all charged and ready to go the night before you shoot. Have a standby location. Just in case something has happened to your location overnight, then you could be in trouble. So have a secondary consideration for your location. And back to those apps again. Or you can check on the internet the tides. I do a lot of beach shooting, I do a lot of swimwear shots. So knowing the tide is a big factor in what I do because it changes the whole look of the image. It changes the beach, it changes the rocks and the cliffs and things that I can shoot towards. And for safety purposes, I don't want to get stuck around a headland when the tide comes in and I can't get back. So tides are very important to me. Now closer to the day, maybe the day before, go out and visit the location at the time you're going to be there. So you can see where that sun is. You can see what things are there to use, what your landscape's like, what furniture is in the location, if you've got stairs or if you've got picnic tables or if you've got poles, trees, shrubs, flowers. All of that stuff can help you on the day to know that it's there so that you can plan the sequence of your shots. Planning the sequence of your shots is a big part of doing an outdoor shoot because if you're out for 2 or 3 hours, the light's going to change, the environment's going to change. You might have more people in the afternoon than you do in the morning. So have a look at these things, plan for them so that you know what's going to happen. And the last important thing is to have contact details. Have contact details for all of your crew, your models, your clients, all of those people, just in case they get lost on the way to the shoot or between locations. And also, if you are going somewhere that's a little bit sus, tell people where you're going, just in case you do get lost or the tide comes in and you get stuck out on the headland. So make sure that people know where you're going to be. So prepare, prepare, prepare. It just makes a huge difference to the results that I get. The shoots that have gone badly for me, and there have been a few over the years, have been the ones generally that I haven't prepared properly. So do it. Give it a try. If you don't believe me, give it a try. I'm sure you'll see the results.